Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Hi, hello, how are you? How has your week been? So today's gonna be a little bit of fun. We're gonna be doing a little vacation read with me for a week, or 2 weeks really, because I'm going on vacation. The first book I'm gonna be reading, well I'm halfway through it. I was really hoping to finish it before I left for this trip, but I leave today and I still have half of it. It's called Torrent, which is the third book in the River and Time series by Bergren, which I first started reading back in December in my reading my friend's favorite books videos. I'm loving it so far. I really just love this series so far. It's just so good. I feel like in this book it would be super easy to just kind of like brush off the relationship in the romance. Like I feel like it would be super easy to like brush it off and like be justified in doing that, you know, because of the time period in which it takes place, which is like 14th century Italy. But I think the author's still doing a really good job of like making you believe in the romance, like giving you evidence to believe in it. So that's the first book I'm going to be reading. Now, I have so many other books because what if I'm not in the mood for the books that I have? So I'm taking a couple physical copies, like physical books. So I'm taking Torrent because I have that. A Door in the Window, A Door in the Dark. I don't know what it's called. I'll put it here. I'm bringing Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. When in Rome by Sarah Adams, because I haven't read any of her books yet. Oh, Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan. Then I'm taking a ton of books on Kindle. I'm currently reading Summers at the Saint, which is the new Meagan book, and I'm about like 17% of the way through it. I don't know how many pages that is because this is an e-arc, so it doesn't have page numbers. It's an e-arc, but I'm reading it after it's already been published. It's the next day. I'm about 47% of the way through Summers at the Saint, and I was not aware that this book is like a murder mystery. Like I just had no idea. I was so caught off guard when that plotline started. Last night I finished reading Summers at the Saint. It was good. The ending felt a little rushed to me. I wish we could have had more like time with the resolution, but I still enjoyed it. And I decided today I'm gonna start Say You Swear because I'm really in the mood for a sports romance. I'll keep you updated. I really wish this wasn't the cover, but wow, 552 pages. Okay, this morning I started reading Say You Swear by Meagan Brandy. I'm only 39 pages in, 8% of the way through the book. So this is a long book, it's what, 500 pages? But it's one of those things where I'm like, do people really live like this, you know? I was a quiet kid in high school. I stayed at home most of the time. And I'm like, reading the wild things that they've done so far, I'm like, is this real? Is this realistic? Do people actually do these things? Or is it just fabricated for the book? I never know. Sitting up on the deck, gonna read my book. Got a European Fanta. My wall was full. Harry Styles was playing in the background. This is a good time. Okay, I'm currently 117 pages into this book. 22%. I'm almost a quarter of the way through this book, and I'm still really confused. This book is honestly kind of reading like a Wattpad book. Like there's still some there's a lot of characters who are very significant to the plot line, and some of them I'm still really confused on how they fit into the story and how they are connected to the main character. Like, I started talking about this character named Peyton, and I'm like, I I literally couldn't tell you how that character relates to the main character. Like, not her sister, not her cousin. Like, I'm not sure how she, like, fits in with the rest of the characters. And I'm almost a quarter of the way through the book. So I finished Say You Swear by Meagan Brandy in 2 days. I read so much of it yesterday. I read like 60% of it or something like that. Yeah. And once I got past like the summer portion, it was pretty good. Like once I got to the part where Ariana was actually at college, like it was really good. And Noah, book husband material. And so now I'm finishing Torrent by Lisa Tom Bergren. I got just a little bit of that left, so I'm gonna finish it today. And then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna read next. Okay, I finished reading Torrent, and I did not realize that this series was originally a trilogy. So I am officially done with Gabby and Marcello's story, and I'm so sad. It was a good ending though. And then I started reading Twelfth Night. Twelfth Night by Alexene something. The same author who wrote the Atlas 6. And currently, I was telling my mom earlier that the main character was really bothering me, but low-key, now that I'm thinking about it, she like kind of has the same outlook on the world as I did when I was in high school, which was like just kind of be mean to everybody. Like, don't be vulnerable with anybody, just be like really mean to everybody. So yeah, that's probably why she's so annoying to me. But I've had some character development, and hopefully Viola will have some character development. I'm hoping to finish it tomorrow because I'm already like a quarter of the way through. I've already finished 3 books this trip. I finished Summers at the Saint, Say You Swear, and Torrent. And I'm hoping to finish another one tomorrow. Maybe 2, because I'm just going to spend all day reading. This movie's weird. I turned on robots and I'm getting distracted. I hope you can hear me. I just finished 12th Night. And the reason why I didn't like it so much at the beginning was because the main character reminded me too much of myself. I'll talk about later. But now I'm about to start by Sarah Adams. My first Sarah Adams book. Let's go. This book is so good. I love it. It's so cute. I've only got a little bit left. I'm probably gonna finish it. I'm definitely gonna finish it in the next 30 minutes probably. And it's not too insta, which is good. Because like, yeah, they're pretty instantly attracted to each other, but they're still really good at each other, which is super fun. I finished When in Rome. What book is that? I don't know. So I finished reading Torrent, finished Summers at the Saint, read Say You Swear, read 12th Night, and When in Rome. So that was book number 5 of the trip. So now I've decided, I've read quite a few rom-com books already this trip. So I've decided that I'm gonna pick up Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Just so I don't get in a little bit of a book slump reading so many like rom-com books in a row. I haven't read any of her books before, so I'm excited. Alright, I decided I'm not gonna read Red Queen because I'm not really in the mood for a fantasy. I'm still in the mood for like a cutesy little mushy-gushy book. And I decided I'm gonna read on my Kindle instead. But I have 2 books that I could choose from. I have The Asheville Christmas Wedding, which is the 3rd and final book released. That is in the Carolina Christmas Cabin series that I started reading in my Reading Books to Get Me in the Christmassy Spirit video in December during Bookmas. Or I can read Summertime Punchline by Betty Carello, which is an e-book
that I have. I don't know. I might just go ahead and read Asheville Christmas, which is silly to be reading in May. Okay, so last night I started Asheville Christmas Wedding. I'm already on page 79. It says I've got an hour and 43 minutes left in this book, and I've got like an hour and 20 minutes to sit here. So I'm like, maybe I could finish it. Maybe. Have that be the 6th book I finish on this trip. Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so I finished Asheville Christmas Wedding this morning, or this afternoon, I guess it was. It was a really cute, just a really cute, super easy read. It only took me like 3 hours to read it. Then I started reading Summertime Punchline by Betsy Crello, and immediately I was bored. Like, I just checked, I'm only 5% of the way into it, and I'm like, I'm bored. So I think I'm gonna put that aside for now, and I'm gonna start reading. Here are my options. I have 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole Crave by Tracy Wolff, The Gracier by Kim Liggett, Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross, which is the sequel to the book I read. I actually don't know when I read that. It was in October, September, October maybe. It's the sequel to Divine Rivals. Things You Save in a Fire by Catherine Center, Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros, A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross, and that's it. I'm just gonna go ahead and read Ruthless Vows. So, yesterday I finished reading Ruthless Vows, and now I'm gonna start The Gracier.
So I read 8 books on my vacation, which is a lot because most of the days we were doing a lot and I really didn't have that much time to read. So the fact that I finished 8 books on this trip is kind of crazy. Yeah, let me give you a little bit of final thoughts on all the books. The first book that I finished was Summers at the Saint by Mary Kate Andrews, which really, there were so many plot lines going on. I was trying to explain this book to my mom once I finished it, and she was lost within the first 30 seconds because she was like, there's just like way too much going on. And I'm like, now that you say that, there are kind of a lot of different plot lines going on. But I mean, at the beginning of the book, it switches POVs like every chapter for like 9 chapters. So like, you're really getting like a lot happening, and there were a lot of plot lines, and some of the plot lines just like didn't have the ending that you thought they were gonna get based on all of the information that we were getting from the book. So that was a little bit weird. Then I finished Say You Swear by Meagan Brandy, which sports romance. Love it. The book starts off at the beach, and I think I said it in this video, but I was a little bit confused at that point, but once we got past the part that was at the beach and they made it to college, I really understood what was going on a lot more. And we love a male love interest who is emotionally intelligent and like is really good at communicating his feelings to the girl, because that is what we were given, and that is like not even book boyfriend, that is book husband material right there. Like, yes please. Give me that all day, every day. I will read it. Then I finished Torrent, which was the 3rd book in the River and Time series by Lisa Ton Bergren. And when I first started the series, I did not know that it was originally a trilogy, and that was the last book that I was getting following the story of those characters. And so I was a little bit gutted that I didn't have 2 more books like I originally thought I did. But I am super excited to see the story unfold of the characters that the next 2 books follow, so I'm excited for that. But I loved this book so much. Then I read 12th Night, which wrecked me. I really am having a hard time putting into words the way that this book made me feel. I did a lot better on my blog post and like my review that I would put over on my Instagram, so keep an eye out for that, because this book really I was not expecting to indulge in the self-reflection that this book required of me, but like in a good way. Oh my gosh, like I just was not expecting that. I thought it was gonna be a cutesy little rom-com, and I was not expecting for the whirlwind of emotions that I was gonna have as a result of this book. It just came out on May 28th actually, so you should go pick up a copy and read it. Then I read When in Rome by Sarah Adams, which was my first book by her, and it was just a cutesy little romance. Very much giving what you would expect from a book like that, you know? Cutesy little cover. I was very gutted because my book was literally falling apart as I was trying to read it. Like, I have so many pages that are just like loose. Then I read Asheville Christmas Wedding, which is from a series I started back in December. And it was just a cutesy little rom-com. And I loved it. Very much was giving what I was wanting it to give. Then I finished Ruthless Vows, which I definitely did not like as much as I liked Divine Rivals, just because it was very politics heavy, and for it being a romantasy, you really didn't get to see the couple together all that much, and you really didn't have enough time to fully digest the ending, or the climax of the book before the book was over. And so like neither did the characters, which was a bit weird. Then I finished The Grace Year by Kim Liggett, which I thought it was just gonna be kind of like a dystopian fantasy kind of vibe. It very much was giving like Anthem by Ayn Rand, like a book that you would read in your high school English class that's like meant to leave you with an icky feeling, and you're supposed to be thinking about like the reality of your world and like how it could shift to like match the reality of the book. And that was just like not what I was really looking for when I picked this book up. And so if I had known that going into it, I'm not so sure I would have read this book, just because it's not dystopian fantasy in the way that you like typically read dystopian fantasy when you are reading for escapism. You know, like not Hunger Games, like Divergent Maze Runner vibes. Very much was giving like high school English class vibes. Be warned if you have that on your TBR, that like it does have those vibes. Anyway, those are the 8 books that I read on my vacation. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're feeling up to it. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!